Hello, friends. Last week I talked a little bit about loving kindness meditation and the importance of cultivating compassion in these challenging times. And today I want to expand on that. So if you weren't able to listen to my reflection last Thursday, I encourage you to go back and look at that. But this will also stand on its own. Loving kindness meditation is one way of cultivating compassion, and it typically does this through a 7-step process of naming an aspiration. It might simply be, may I be at peace. And if we use that aspiration, the 7 steps would begin with myself, where compassion needs to begin. And I would say, may I be at peace. And then I would move on to someone that I dearly love, someone who's really close to my heart. And I would imagine that person and I would say, may you be at peace. And then I would move on to another person that I care about, but maybe who is not such a central part of my life and my heart. And I would think of that person and I would say again, may you be at peace. And then I would think of a neutral person, someone that maybe I pass on the street every day, or someone who works in the checkout at a store where I go to every day, where I'm familiar with the person, but I don't really have feelings one way or another for the person. And I imagine that person and I say, may you be at peace. And the next step is really challenging. Now we move on to thinking of someone for whom we have negative feelings. And when we're starting out with loving kindness meditation, we're advised to start not with the person that brings up the most resistance, the most challenging emotions, but think of someone for whom you have some difficult feeling, but not the most difficult. And think of that person as you again say, may you be at peace. And then you imagine all of these people and yourself lined up in front of you. And again you say, may we be at peace. And the last and 7th step in loving kindness meditation is to consider all beings in all time throughout the universe. And we say, may all beings be at peace. When we're learning loving kindness meditation, sometimes it's helpful to shorten this to just 3 steps. We start with ourself, we move on to you, meaning any of those people, and then we move on to we, or all beings, whichever you prefer. And there are many, many loving kindness meditations that can be used. You can make one up in the moment, but sometimes it's helpful to create your own so that it speaks to what your own heart needs to say and hear for yourself, and that it can speak to what you need to do to open your heart to others. So what I want to do today is to read you an extended loving kindness meditation. This one was written by Jan Estep a good number of years ago when the Minneapolis Institute of the Arts had an exhibit that was around the Guanyin statue there and all of this other sacred art. But in the room where the Guanyin statue was placed, Jan Estep had recorded different voices speaking this loving kindness meditation. And so I'm going to read it to you, and I suggest that you just listen to it once. And then if you want to use it as a basis for your own loving kindness meditation, I suggest that you listen again and pause the recording and write down every one that speaks directly to what your heart needs to hear and to say on this day to open up spaciousness for compassion. And when you're done with that list of the phrases that were most significant to you, Feel free to customize them, to add to them, to subtract from them, but use that to create your own loving kindness meditation. And then try saying it once or twice a day, or whenever you need to cultivate compassion toward yourself, toward others, toward all beings, and see if it makes a difference for you. So here are the readings from Jan Estep's Loving Kindness Meditation. And I'll say them just moving I, you, we throughout the different phrases, knowing that when you do this yourself, you go through a set of phrases saying, may I, then you repeat those same phrases saying, may you, then you repeat the same phrases saying, may we. So here, listen to these sayings and note which ones speak to your heart. May I be happy. May you be safe. May we be healthy. May I be free. May you be held in compassion. May we be free from pain and sorrow. May I be protected from internal and external harm. May our difficulties cease. May you be at peace. May our hearts be open. May my mind be spacious. May your body be strong. May we have the courage to move toward that which frightens us. May I accept the things I cannot change. May I heal from actions that have caused me harm. May we recognize the consequences of every action. May you find peace with the way things are for you now. May we meet all experience with equanimity. May I accept whatever arises with awareness. May your mind be imbued with compassion and loving kindness. May I make a friend of my body. May you know that you are enough. May we be content. May I be grateful. May you be patient. May we be joyful and happy. May I treat myself with kindness, love, and compassion. May you be happy and free from suffering. May we be happy, peaceful, and at ease. May I be happy, peaceful, and at ease. May all beings everywhere, known and unknown, near and far, be happy, peaceful, and at ease. I encourage you to listen to that again and jot down any of the phrases that are meaningful to you, and then use that to construct your own. Knowing that the word happiness sometimes lands differently in our culture, and it may not seem right to speak of happiness in a time of so much suffering. Find a word that is meaningful for you. Some people substitute the phrase, may I trust in goodness. Whatever phrases speak to you, but knowing that all of this is held in a large container where joy and suffering are meant to be united. As with the sentences about accepting the way things are, this is not accepting them as a permanent condition. It means acknowledging the way they are right now with an openness that allows us to name it, be with it, and then be part of changing it as we move forward. I hope you'll take some time to write your own loving kindness meditation and try using it daily. See if it makes a difference for you. Take care. Be steady. Be strong.